Okay. Yeah. Just filming myself in the car and kind of breaking the ice. Had a very busy December, very chaotic, very hectic. I didn't stop for a minute. Well, I had 1 or 2 days when I just rested. I allowed myself to just rest and not feel bad and not feel guilty. And what, if I really think about it, nobody on the planet obsesses about Dave and thinks about Dave all the time and worries about Dave. And yeah, so that can be a good thing and a bad thing. I don't have anyone who's kicking in doors to rescue me, and at the same time, I have nobody who's going to give me money. And I don't nobody who sits up at night not sleeping worrying about Dave, which is, yeah, nobody really cares, which it can feel a bit lonely and a bit worrying and a bit stressful. And I'm sure that's the same with most people. Nobody really cares. They do. I mean, people care about their children and their family and their parents, and they love them. But yeah, there's not. I put this massive expectation of how I should be and whether I'm as successful as I would like to be at 45, and feel like I haven't achieved all my goals, or if I made a commitment and I wasn't able to fulfill it. It's me, Dave, or my inner voice that beats me up and judges and has negative self-talk. And what I have to say, I do my best. I 100% do my best in my life, and I work as hard as I can, and I'm as productive as possible, and I'm brutally honest a lot of the time. I try to be ruthlessly honest, mainly because it's too much work to try and remember. If I lie and I have to try and remember lies, then my story would change, and it's a waste of time and energy anyway to lie and be dishonest. It's always, from my side, I always prefer being completely brutally honest and ethical and just say it as it is. And then the benefit also is I know immediately what that person thinks of me, and the reason to lie would be fear of rejection, maybe fear of this person not liking me. Yeah. I'm trying to control. If I was to be dishonest, I'd be trying to control how they feel about me, and it's not genuine. And rather just lay it out, say it straight, say no when you mean no, say yes when you mean yes. Don't commit to things you don't want to do, and don't lie. I don't have to lie if I was just like, I just forgot, or I'm just bad at this, or I just tell people the truth. Like, oh, I did my best. I'm sorry. I was busy with stationery for my daughter's school and my son, but all the stationery I got from my daughter was wrong. And I'd had the list, and I read the list, and I thought I had the right books. And well, firstly, the school never gave me the list, and I told them very clearly, like, no, sorry, I don't have the list. Could you please give me the list of stationery? No, it went home with you last year. Never did. So I said, no, it didn't, but that's not important. We just need the list. And it took about 3 days to finally get the stationery list. And once I had it, I got all the wrong things. I spent all this money on buying all the wrong things. I went in there with big smiles, all excited and happy. I did my absolute best. And to say that I'm an honest person, I try to be honest and direct and not come up with bullshit stories. Doesn't mean I don't want to make a good impression. To be successful in life, I need to try and make a good impression and be kind and honest and generous when I can, and friendly, and say please and thank you. You know, if to have a success navigating life, I shouldn't be antisocial. So I'm not antisocial or aggressive or rude or unnecessarily mean, and I don't plan to be. But there's no point in lying to try, because then I can tell when someone's lying or dishonest. So yeah, and there's no reason to as well. If they ask, Dad, why did you get the wrong stuff? I thought it was the right stuff. I apologize. I'm a poophole. Sorry. And so here I was thinking I'm going to make this a wonderful impression, and I still get given a hard time and get told off. And then I realized, and I have to be reminded of this constantly, that A, what people think is none of my business. There's no thought police. I don't have to get upset because somebody has a negative thought about me. B, it doesn't matter either. If I do my best and I have good intentions, it's unimportant at the end of the day if I fail to make a good impression and people don't like me. I still feel the feelings. I can't avoid getting upset, getting angry, feeling hurt, but that's the emotional part of my brain. That's the emotional part, and in time, at least with less than 24 hours, I've been able to emotionally, mentally process the fact that, well, I don't care. Yeah, I allow myself to not care. I learn from the experience. I don't want to be unteachable. I learn from the experience. I think, oh, this is the things that, and also if I got too emotional when somebody told me off, or I made a bad impression, or I made a mistake, or I was wrong, if I got too emotional, I might become defensive and say, I'm perfect, and how dare they, and it's all their fault, and project to them, and I won't listen to them, and they're just a horrible, mean, nasty person, and don't they know this, and it's so totally unfair, and this always happens. Then where's the learning? I need to be able to not care, to to not take it on, and to not allow it to affect my self-esteem, put it that way. It doesn't affect how I feel about myself. I still know I did my best. I'm a good person. I'm a good dad. I work hard. I'm a good provider, and I did my best, and I spent the money on this and that. But and see the learning in it. So, okay, I got this wrong. Next time I must read the stationery list more carefully. And the fear of rejection, or the fear of making a negative impression, has a lot of my life, many times in my life, has paralyzed me to being assertive, making decisions, taking risks, standing up to people, confronting people. The fear of rejection, the fear of, oh gosh, what are they going to think of me? And I don't lie. I've never lied, but I'll withhold the truth often. I'll keep quiet when I know something, or when I could share something. But I'm getting better at realizing if I've made a mistake and somebody's complaining about, like, who made this mistake? What the hell's going on here? This is an absolute disaster. I can go, oh, it was me. Sorry, I made that mistake. I apologize. And it won't kill me. The fear of something is always much worse than when the event happens. So when I do experience aggression and rejection or negative feedback from people, or so I've made somebody unhappy and I can see that, or have a confrontation, then going through that, sometimes my wife is outside, sometimes I actually feel better afterwards. I guess because I knew this was coming, and I was building up all this anxiety and fear and worry, and then I have the showdown, I have the conversation with the teacher, the headmaster, the car guard, my employee, and I instantly feel relief and energy and positive. And afterwards, when I'm walking away, driving away, I always think, God, that was brave. That was very brave. I can't believe I did that. I was so scared and anxious and worried about that, and I was trying to avoid that, and I did it. I managed to actually face that demon. I managed to face that person. I managed to say those things, and it was brave, and I feel better about it. Yeah, so that's just kind of the headspace I'm in at the moment. I was hoping to make this a very short video, but I struggle to do short videos. I don't script anything yet. I'm too busy. I've got young kids. There's too many responsibilities. And for now, I think the most important thing is I'm not going to do 30 videos in 30 days or a video a day, but I will upload whenever I have the motivation to do it. And I'm going to try force myself to do a couple here and there. I want to keep my channel at least flowing and keep a little bit of momentum. Maybe I still get 1 subscriber a week or 1 a month, and that's maybe good enough in the beginning, just to, because I would, surprisingly, anyone watching this might think, geez, he must be the world's worst YouTuber and his channel's so boring and what the hell is he trying and he's going to fail. But I actually genuinely do want to one day potentially make money off YouTube, or even just do the research, see whether or not it's feasible. So I'm going to keep trying this, and if I do suddenly take off and become a success, then I'll share what I did and how I made it happen. Anyway, hope everyone has a good week, and the weekend's coming up. Hope there's a good weekend, and I don't know if I want America to bomb Iran or if I don't. It's none of my business. I live in Cape Town, South Africa, but they potentially here on the 22nd of January 2026, there potentially could be a massive war between America and Iran kicking off on Friday or Saturday. We don't know. You also don't know with Donald Trump, because he seems to confabulate, where he talks a lot of nonsense and makes commitments and then forgets. And anyway, so we'll see how we go. All right, cheers guys. Thank you so much. Bye.